Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the chat, drop your crowns and your elephants and let me know where you're watching from. Of course, we had some news that I had to share with you, and shout out to my girl Kiki, the talk of shame. It was first her who turned me onto this story, and then I was like, let me go read this blog. We have some more Erika Jayne, Erika Girardi conversation to be had. Yes, more conversation to be had. I literally did not expect to come live again today, but here we are. As you know, when we have news, if you're not a part of our texting community, let me put the number up. They were the first to know that I was going live. Shout out to our texting community. We are live to talk about some of this Erika Girardi mess. I see you guys. What's going on, drama? What's going on, Sophia? What's going on, Yaya Cat? What's going on, Nicole? Delaware's in the house. Atlanta's in the house. Florida's in the house. New Jersey. Love it, love it, love it. I saw Strong Island's in the house. Arlington, Texas is in the house. Texas, what's going on in Texas? Okay. Sophia says, love your podcast. Thank you so much, Sophia. Literally have to finish this week's episode. If you're not subscribed to my podcast, subscribe. Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. That Panamania is in the house. Canada's in the house. Texas is in the house. Australia, it's 10 a.m. I never know what time it is in Australia. So I do rely on you guys to let me know. DMV's in the house. New York's in the house. What's going on, Seattle? Have you been outside? Rook King, I did go outside to grab dinner. That was it. It's beautiful today here in New York, especially after that storm this week. It's beautiful. Maine's in the house. Vancouver is in the house. Kentucky. I love it. I love the internet. And the UK, right? What time is it in the UK right now? It's late. It's late. Rook King asks, have I eaten? I did eat. So I'm going to be in rare form. If you're just joining us, Erika Jayne. As you know, we have been scrutinizing this whole situation because we've been recapping and watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So now another story has come out. As you know, the attorney, Ronald Richards, on the bankruptcy case, he revealed some charges that were made by EJ Global in the millions. So, of course, everyone's looking at who was charged. One of the stories that we covered this week was the whole connection between Lisa Rinna's daughter's company, DNA, and this DNA Incorporated. We debunked that story yesterday. If you missed that video, be sure to check that out on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. As I said before, we're live on multiple platforms right now. Twitter. Hold on. We're live on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at TheKempire. We're also live on Facebook, TheKempire and Kempire Daily. And of course, we're live here on YouTube. I love it. Jamaica's in the house. What's going on? Or should I say Wagwan? QK's back. Yes, QK, we are live again. We have some story. It's going to be story time. Story time. So as I said to you before, everyone is scrutinizing the charges that were found on this EJ Global expenses, whatever you want to call it. So as we said before, we discovered that Erika Jayne allegedly is a bad tipper. Someone called in and said, well, maybe she tipped in cash. Okay. With that being said, we also discovered that whole DNA connection, and then we had to debunk that rumor. Well, now there was a charge to the legendary manager, Jerry Heller. You guys remember Jerry Heller? If you watch Straight Outta Compton, was the matter of fact, let me change. Look, I gotta always remember to show you guys the things that I work so hard to, find and bring and prepare. Jerry Heller, remember him from the movie? Well, not him, but the name. Okay, you remember the name. He was a manager for NWA, Eazy-E, those, legendary. He's now passed away. He passed away at the age of 75 years old. Well, his first cousin got the job to be a tour manager for Erika Jayne. And let me put up the cousin. Look, let me put up the cousin. This is an old picture of the cousin and Jerry. Okay. This is an old picture of the cousin and Jerry. Okay. So this is Gary Balen. Gary did us. Gary, God bless you wherever you are in the world right now. He wrote a blog. I don't know the date of this blog. He wrote a blog chronicling, and it's short, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to read it. We're going to read it together. You know how we like to look at property together? and auction items together. We are going to read this article together. Well, not article, this blog post. Gary wrote a blog post talking about his experience of working with Erika Jayne. And if you saw the thumbnail, I labeled it The Plot, because he talks about Mikey. He talks about the money that was spent. And yes, we've heard the stories, but now we're getting an account from the tour manager. So Jerry Heller was a consultant. I wouldn't say he was Erika Jayne's manager. He was a consultant, okay? He was hired by Tom Girardi. Everything I'm saying is alleged. Oh, the things you got to do in this world. Things you got to do. Matter of fact, let me put my little thing up. All right. Now, this is a little big. Look, this is a little big. There we go. If you guys are just joining us, we're talking about Erika Jayne. So the guys you're seeing in the photo, Jerry Heller, the legendary the late Jerry Heller, who managed NWA. He had his first cousin be Erika Girardi's tour manager. Okay. So I want to read the blog post to you guys. Let me just do some, because I did not give my moderators a heads up on this. So I got a mod too. Like I got a mod too. What's going on, Badar? What's going on, Delsenia? I love watching you in two places at once. I love it too. Thank you. Yes, got to give you the visuals. Got to give you the visuals. Yes, Christina. All right. So let's get into this blog post. So Gary Balen was the first cousin of Jerry Heller, the manager and consultant for Erika Jayne's career. He became a tour manager. So let's go through a little, and it's worth it, y'all. So sit back, grab a snack. I hope you already did grab a snack. A lot of you have been texting me. I'm watching you or tagging me while I'm watching you on my TV. I love it. It's preparing us for what's inevitable. Okay. First of all, happy Labor Day weekend to those that are celebrating here in the States. Third live of the day, right? It is the third live of the day, right? I can't even remember. Is it the third live of the day? It must be, because I can't even remember. Yes, it is. It is the third live of the day. Oh, Lord. All right. Let me get into this. Okay. So this is a blog post from Gary Balen on his website. Of course, I will be citing my sources after the live so you can read it yourself, but we're going to read it together. All right. So this is what Gary Balen, the first cousin of Jerry Heller, the consultant for Erika Jayne. He was also a tour manager. Gary was the tour manager for Erika for a period of time. So he says sometime in early 2008, okay, my cousin Jerry Heller asked me if I wanted a job as a tour manager, production manager, and sound man for an artist he was working with called Erika Jayne. Okay, Jerry was hired by Erika's husband as a consultant. Erika is a singer/songwriter and currently on the TV show The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She also has 8 #1 singles on the U.S. Billboard Hot Dance Club Play chart. I can't tell you one of them. And I know Danielle's in the chat, and Danielle could barely figure out 2. Okay. Anyways, and Danielle says she's a big fan. All right. After working with heavy metal bands, Hurricane and Little Fort, whatever. Well, this is important for me to. He also helped work with rap groups Eazy-E and NWA, Bone Thugs and Harmony. He says this particular project with Erika Jayne was very different. He says it was all gay. So you can imagine going from representing and tour managing for a hip hop group. Now you're working with Erika Jayne, who her big following is gay men. Okay. So he says Erika performed at all gay clubs and gay events all over the U.S. You know the gays. Look, you know the gays. I can say that. You know the gays. People like Erika, you know, oh, she's beautiful. Even if she can't sing that much, we'll lift her up. We'll give her a career. She can perform at every pride parade. Okay. Erika performed at all gay clubs and gay events all over the U.S., and they loved her, and she loved them. We traveled. It's important that you're paying attention to these words, okay? Erika, we traveled first class. This is Gary Balen speaking. We traveled first class and stayed in very high-end hotels. And everyone was paid very well by Erika's husband, Tom Girardi, a celebrity himself. I know, but remember, he reminds us Tom was the lawyer that the Aaron Brockovich movie was based on. He has won many high profile cases and has one of the most influential law firms in the world. Okay. He also has a weekly radio show that I occasionally listen to on KABC radio in Los Angeles called Champions of Justice. This is why I get so I don't forget. Another reminder, the victim. This is why we have to get money for the victims. This is part of the reason why I'm reporting on this story, so you can see the amount of money that was being siphoned in other areas. Okay? For her music career, allegedly. Okay? Tom loved watching Erika perform. We've heard this. We've heard this from multiple different people. Okay? And I could tell they really loved each other. She also loved hanging out with her gay dancers, friends, and especially director and choreographer Mikey Minden. You know Mikey, come on now. Mikey Minden was the son on Marla Minden, one of the sweetest women you will ever meet. Marla was the first smiling face you would see when you walked into the Sherman Oaks Jewish Center. When my two sons were very young, I was very active there. I even won an award for the Member of the Year in 2000. I was involved in pretty much everything musical, promoting concerts, performing, plays, everything musical. There's a point why he's telling us this, okay? This is how Mikey got his job. We didn't know the story of how Mikey got his job, did we? Did we know? No, we didn't. You're welcome. Okay. Mikey was an amazing young dancer and was featured in many children's videos, which were all VHS at the time. He grew into an in-demand choreographer and worked with Pink, the Pussycat Dolls, and various other artists, and has worked in major award shows. I got Mikey Minden his job with Erika Jayne. When Jerry brought me in as a tour manager and production sound, he did everything. Gary did everything for them. He was the sound guy. He was a production guy. I told Jerry and Erika about Mikey, who was riding high with the Pussycat Dolls at the time. Damn, he left the Pussycat Dolls for Erika. I guess it makes sense because then the Pussycat Dolls ended up breaking up. But damn, okay. I set up a meeting at a coffee shop in Studio City, and the rest is history. Okay? Especially for Mikey. Listen to this part. He has been with Erika now for 8 years and has also directed some of her videos and is a close friend and advisor. He has probably made millions of dollars since he started working with Erika. Then he says, "You're welcome, Mikey." So Gary Balen is the one that got Mikey his job with Erika Jayne. Okay? All right. He says, "Did I mention how well everyone got paid?" Mind you, this is before everything started going down, this blog post, okay? He says, "Did I mention how well everyone got paid? All by Erika's billionaire husband, Tom Girardi." I don't know if Tom was a billionaire. Maybe he brought in billions, but he wasn't supposed to be a billionaire. Okay? But this is how he's describing him. "Did I mention how well everyone got paid? All by Erika's billionaire Tom Girardi. Billionaire husband. Whatever we needed, he provided. Be it staff, travel, costumes, makeup, whatever. Tom gladly paid to keep the show rolling smoothly and to keep Erika happy." I know this doesn't sound like brand new news to you guys, but we're getting this from a tour manager, okay? But there's more. There's a very important detail, okay? There's a very important detail that we need to get into. We're going to get into it in just a second. Okay. He says, "Most of the shows were pretty interesting. Sometimes hundreds of gay dudes dancing with their shirts off, sometimes naked guys on the bars dancing. It was wild. We did about a 15-minute set. Erika would sing to a track and do her hits." Hits? Okay. Okay. Erika would sing to a track and do her hits, which they all knew. She was a star in their world. We would travel first class all over the country to do a 15-minute show that we didn't get paid for. And when he says we didn't get paid for, meaning that Erika did not get paid for. Everyone was paid on the team by Tom Girardi, reportedly. And I don't know, I've been following the story for a while now, so some of you may or may not know, I've heard this before, that she would perform at these events and wouldn't get paid. Pretty much, she was paying everyone all kinds of money, allegedly, and she wasn't even getting paid for the show. Okay? Okay. So again, we would travel first class all over the country to do a 15-minute show that we didn't get paid for. Bizarre, but fun. So even at this time, he's like, this is weird, but okay. The gay promoter staff and crowds were pretty easy to work with and generally very nice. Her backup dancers were the finest in the industry and all danced with major superstars. One day, Jerry wanted me to contact will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas to see if he would produce a song for Erika, which Jerry felt would take Erika Jayne to the next level, which Jerry was good at. Okay, remember Jerry Heller was a manager for a lot of different artists, most specifically Eazy-E from NWA. Okay, and you also saw him in Straight Outta Compton, or what's his name played him Straight Outta Compton. Yeah. Okay. We worked with Will Adams at Ruthless Records, where he was called Will 1X, and the group was called the Ant Band Clan, and his lawyer Fred Goldring was a friend of mine. After a couple of months of phone calls back and forth, we finally got Will to agree to meet Erika at his home or studio. Okay, Will had gotten very famous, but he still was very cool with Jerry and I. We all hung out, listened to music, his and hers, watched some videos Will was working on. Erika decided that Will wanted to change her too much. will.i.am. Erika decided that Will wanted to change her too much and passed on working with him. Jerry and I thought that was a big mistake, but Erika did whatever she wanted to do. I had to do a dramatic pause because I'm like, really? will.i.am wants to hone your career. But she feels as if, especially if you're getting money up the wazoo, you're in a position as an artist. And look, you guys already know my history. I've managed artists. I was an artist. I understand the music industry on a level that maybe some people don't understand it. But if you have someone funding your career, your music videos, your dances, your music, you don't need a will.i.am. You need a will.i.am if you want a hit, like a real hit, and you want to be a Rihanna or a Beyonce or a Britney Spears. But she was okay with it. She's like, I have millions regardless. This is, you know how some rich women, they do philanthropy as a hobby because they do nothing else. Okay. Not because they genuinely want to do it. Well, for Erika Jayne, she didn't do philanthropy. She said, I want a music career. I want a music career. Must be nice. The victims. The victims. I'm just going to say that because Erika always seems to forget that part. The victims who, again, we found out the creditors will get paid before the victims get paid. So even if they get a smidgen of that money, it's not enough. It's not enough. They're owed millions. All right. Back to this because there's more. Erika was a hard worker. We saw it. We've seen it on the show. Erika was a hard worker and spent a lot of time rehearsing with Mikey and her dancers. After the show, she liked to hang out at the clubs and meet and greet her fans and have a drink or two. I really enjoyed working in a first class organization that paid me great though. The music was definitely not my cup of tea. We understand, Gary. It's not our cup of tea either. Sometime in 2010, though, Jerry Heller, remember, legendary manager of NWA, Jerry and Tom Girardi, had a disagreement, and Jerry left the project. I knew it was just a matter of time before I would be asked to leave. Eventually, I got the ask, but they paid me monthly for the next 6 months before the checks stopped coming. Tom was very generous and I really liked him. He was very nice and decent to me, as was Erika. I watched a couple of episodes of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and love seeing Erika, and I'm glad her star keeps rising. I knew that one of my favorite songs was My Way, which I ended up learning, and I play it very well now. Okay, Gary. Gary Balen, the first cousin of Jerry Heller, Erika's consultant, manager. Tom could afford to get the best in the business. He got Jerry Heller to be a consultant for her music career. Okay? Gary Balen is the first cousin of Jerry Heller. He wrote this blog post on his website about working with her during that time. He explains that this experience was first class all the way, even for gigs where they weren't paid. And not when he says we, he's talking about Erika. She wasn't paid for the gig, but they all were paid. Even after he was let go, he was paid for 6 months. And if you watch any sort of money laundering shows like I do, like, the Ozarks, you guys watch the Ozarks on Netflix? I'm digressing. It's okay. Follow me. You know that they have to create money laundering. I'm alleging. I'm not saying this is what Tom Girardi and them did. The things I gotta say. But if you watch the Ozarks, such a good show on Netflix. Yes, Shireen. I love the Ozarks. Yeah, such a good show. But you learn, there's other shows that talk about money laundering. Hey, Jen Shaw. Allegedly. You have to be able to find different types of businesses to move your money. So as soon as I heard this story, I was like, did he use her music career to move money? And I know we all have been speculating that already, but to hear an ex-tour manager talk about it and really give his own recollection of this experience, it's like, huh. So Tom was very generous. What, you think Tom was being generous because he's a generous person? While he allegedly, I can't even say allegedly anymore, because didn't they just win a case? Shout out to the Roe Gomez family. They won a judgment after they won with Tom. So that's not alleged. They won. So he was very generous for her music career, yet he was allegedly stealing from his clients, the victims. We're not even talking about the creditors. And for those that are wondering about who gets what first, the creditors, unfortunately, who already are fine, will get the money first, and then the victims, from what we hear. Thank you, Natalie, for the super chat. Yes, to the Ozarks, Jason Bateman is fine. He's an amazing actor, comedy and drama. Now, did we get a new season yet? I'm ready for the new season, and this is going to be the last season of Ozarks on Netflix. I'm watching. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name? Oh my gosh, it's where. Oh my gosh, why is it? I literally was just watching it. Oh man, it's where the girl's brother was killed, and then it's all. Oh my god, I can't think of the name. You guys will let me know. You'll remember. You'll know. That's why I love having the chat. This is why sometimes you got to do things live. Clickbait. Yes, Tracy. Thank you. See, this is why I have to do a live. Because if I was recording this, I would not remember. I would have to stop and go back. Yes, clickbait. I'm not done yet, so don't ruin it for me. I know, Amber. America's laws make amazingly perfect sense. She says this sarcastically, I know. Yes, clickbait. Yes, clickbait. Thank you, guys. This is why I have to do this live. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about Erika Girardi. Shout out to my TikTok fam. Thank you, TikTok fam. Everyone's saying clickbait. I love how you guys are swift. See? So if you're just joining us, we're talking about Erika Girardi, her music career, and how possibly it was used as a way to move the money. Because what we're hearing, they didn't make money. They were traveling first class, and we already knew that. We also find out that, and this is according to Gary Balen, that Mikey made probably millions. He says probably millions from working with Erika Jayne over the last 8 years. Okay. Thank you, lovely, for the super sticker. I love I have to keep this in front of me so I can see the super sticker. Is that coffee? I need some coffee. Not at this time of night. Not at this time of night. Guys, that was it. That's all I had to say. But because we have over 800 people, be sure to like this video. I'm going to tell you who disliked the video because we have 3. Erika Jayne. Definitely not Tom. Tom doesn't know how to get on a computer. Erika Jayne. Mikey. Sorry, Mikey. You guys guessed the 3rd person. I'm going to post the link just to see if you guys have anything to say because we didn't do one earlier. I just went live and, let me just post the call link. I do want to hear what you guys have to say. I've said enough. We had a little story time. Thank you to Gary Balen and his blog. Thank you to Gary Balen and his blog. All right. Let me just post the call link. Let me pin this. Sorry to my Royal Court members. I should have posted it there first. I apologize, Royal Court. You will forgive me. This wasn't even a planned live. Hold on. Let me just pin this here. Pinned. All right. Let me see what your comments are saying. Oh, wait. Hold on one second. I missed the super chat. Thank you, Suzanne. Or Susan. Susan King. Thank you so much. Every time Erika comes for Sutton at the reunion, Sutton should just name a victim and how much they are owed. Susan. Susan, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. But you know, Bravo. Bravo. They will edit that out. I just need Sutton to be so prepared. How can we get a message to Sutton? Can we send a message to Sutton? Sutton, we need you to... Lulu said shimmy. I forgot to shimmy. Oh, thank you, Susan, for the super chat. Oh, wait. All right. We already got... You know what? I have to take QK because QK is late in the UK. So, QK, I'm going to bring you up for a comment. What's going on, QK?
Hi.
How come I can hear you?
Is it working?
Oh, I hear you now. There you go.
Hi.
Hey.
Well, it seems like the retirement home's not wanting Erika anymore. So she's taken a boombox, she's glittered it up, and she's at the bus stop now.
Bus stop.
She's like the Terminator. She's scanning everyone going past to see who's got the money. She's looking for a zaddy walk box. These 2 men in the corner, these look like they've been at that Epstein place. You know what I mean? Look at these dodgy men. Look at these. They've been with Prince Andrew. You know very well they have. The royal we will not name, and and that ginger ninja, who is someone else's child. We don't claim him either.
Oh, good. That's good to know. Because
they both rotted. Anyways, so like I was saying, Erika's new career, I'm going to take up and be a manager. It's going to be bad girl, still rotted. A second single is going to be Rotted Inside Out, featuring Rinna.
You're a mess.
Like, what is going on with this woman? She is crazy. Why isn't she on medication? Do you know what I mean?
She said it multiple times on the show.
No, not Rinna. We know she's loony.
No, not Rinna. I'm talking about Erika. Erika said, even in this last episode, she talks about taking Lexapro.
No, she needs something a bit stronger than that. I'm talking bipolar pills.
Oh, goodness.
Sing pills, you know, where
Not
they section them.
Oh, Lord. I can't with you.
I mean, this poor man has tried his hardest. He's pumped so much money into her career to try and make her feel something. What a fool. She doesn't feel. He has wasted all that money. What was he thinking?
Well, apparently, I don't think he was spending that money for her sake necessarily. I think he was trying to wash the money, as they say here in the States.
Well, we know he was paid for escort services. Let's be honest.
As a reminder, let me put this up. Just
so that's what I've got to say on that part. Plus, I know this is a bit off topic, but you know when you were talking about turkey neck and Rob?
Jizzy.
Yeah. Giselle.
Look, Giselle, I'm saying Jizzy, like everyone's going to know. Giselle Bryant.
I've come up with some ideas for a new job for her.
And?
As a friend from afar, right over the other side of an ocean, from afar, I reckon she should go into the turtleneck business. But not a turtleneck, because it doesn't cover her neck. Call it giraffe necks. That's where it'll be totally covered up to her ears, you know?
I can't.
If that fails, she should make up her own sperm bank. Obviously, the donation's the Holy Father Jamal.
Oh my God.
Now,
is this what you do at home? You sit and you think of ideas for these housewives.
That is a business what will work, and she'll be in money for an eternity. As for Robin, Rob, that linebacker, oh God, what a touchdown. Ugh. Imagine rolling around in the sheets with that, with that football
I really don't want to. I really don't want
to. I think not. Right, but anyways, getting back on topic, for a job, she could be a mattress tester.
A mattress tester?
Yes, where you test mattresses. Same so she can't get out of bed, you just roll her into every mattress to see which one works the best. You see what I mean?
QK, you think of way too deep into these housewives.
I care for this woman from afar.
Apparently you do.
A cat business, she needs to add dabbers. It's the only way it's going to work for these bingo players out wear these caps.
I can't. I have to say thank you. I have way too many super chats. I need to address them. QK, anything else before I let you go?
Yes, I've received an invite to our wedding. I'm taking Monique as a +1.
You're taking Monique as a +1?
Yes. It's only me, Monique, Robin, and TMZ going to be there.
I'm a mess. QK, thank you for calling in.
Bye, everybody.
You're a mess. Oh my goodness. I am going to mispronounce your name. Murasakino? Thank you for the super chat. Erika must have known what her hubby was doing. Why would her husband invest $25 million in an act that isn't making money or profit? Very good point. Very good point. Jesus, thank you for the super chat. I'm an enigma wrapped in a riddle and stolen cash, allegedly. It's hard for me to give Erika any credit right now in regards to not knowing. Because you all bring up really, really important details. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get some of these super chats. Jag, thank you so much for the super chat. I actually DM'd Sutton and Garcelle today and told them those bitches are coming for them and they better be prepared. Jag. I hope you link them to our channel. We're trying to get them ready. We should just do a separate live on how to prepare Garcelle and Sutton for the reunion. Note. Remind me to do that. We're going to do that because all of you can call in and give us some really good ideas. Lauren, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you all for the super chat. Oh my gosh. Sorry, EJ. Willful ignorance doesn't count. And please explain why Mikey wasn't on that list of paid people. So those millions were separate? Good point. Good point, Lauren. See, this is why I need the audience. Because you bring up things that I didn't think about. You're right. You're right. Like, why? Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Black Coffee, thank you so much for the super chat. Do you think that Kyle secretly wants Erika out and boring Teddy as a replacement? Selena Johnson on Rhoda? Wait, on Roa, you meant? Black Coffee? I mean, I'd be open to Selena. But Selena, didn't she move back to Chicago? Not to saying she couldn't move back. Deborah, welcome to the family. All right. You guys bring up such good facts. Let me bring up some callers. All right. We have over 700 something people watching. We got 7 dislikes. Probably the entire cast of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, besides, of course, Sutton and Garcelle. We gotta get Sutton prepared. Sutton most of all. I just need Garcelle to have Sutton's back. You need to have her back at this reunion. Okay? All right, let me take some callers. Bernice, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm fine. But when she said that will.i.am was trying to change her, he was trying to change you for the better, boo. Because I'm sorry, Erika talking voice and singing voice pretty much sound the same. So she's not a singer, okay? So will.i.am is a Grammy winner, multi-talented producer, songwriter, and you're gonna say you too big for will.i.am? Fergie Lynch's first album, solo, will.i.am and her did that together. Yeah. So you telling me you too big for that? Ergo, that tells me that she was in to lose.
But that's the thing. She didn't feel like she was losing, regardless, because she had all of this money already behind her.
No,
it's not like she had to grind to get anything.
I mean, did you think you was Anne Margaret? Anne Margaret it's got more grace and style than you do now, and she's in her 80s. Really? He's trying to change me too much. Like, what?
I know. That part was shocking to me. I was like, wow, you missed an opportunity there.
I mean, and Jerry Wexler. Come on, y'all. Really?
Yeah.
He crooked as the day is long. Come on now. Did y'all watch NWA movie? He stole millions from them.
Yeah. But that's a great point, Bernice. He stole millions, but Tom allegedly was willing to give him millions to manage her career. So he's like, all right, I'll take it.
Of course. So he can steal more money.
But I wonder what was the falling out, because that was the last part. They had a falling out back in 2010, and that's when he stopped managing her.
When people realized that you stealing more money than I was willing to pay you, I'm gonna fall out with you too. Okay? Because those contracts that he had in NWA, come on now. Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. And this ain't allegedly, this is fact.
Yeah. She said this is not allegedly. And they said you're speaking facts right now.
Right. Those are facts. So you know what? So Jerry he got happy and he stole more money than Tom was willing to give him. That's why they had a falling out.
And Tom was like, how dare you steal from me? I'm the theft.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So this opened my eyes even more to Erika. Like, okay. And the reason you didn't see Mikey separately, because he's in there as the organization, the entertainment. That's why you didn't see him separately. He's the choreographer, he's the stylist. Okay, come on, he's all of that. So his company is on there. So that's why you didn't see him separately. He's on there. Okay. His company. He did all that as a company. He didn't do it separately.
How did and while I was reading that, it made me think though, how does Mikey feel though that the money that he got was really meant for victims?
Probably he don't care.
Yeah, because I did a report that her glam squad, and we saw him this season. He's still there.
Exactly.
Are standing behind her.
Right. So you don't care. Okay, that's your deal with the devil. That's not mine. That's on you. That's on you. That ain't on me. I'm sorry. After her growling at Sutton, like, what you gonna do? Like, girl, if you don't get out of my face.
Oh my, Bernice. Before I let you go, what would your advice be to Sutton and Garcelle for this reunion? I'm going to do a separate live talking about how we can prepare them.
They need to be ready because they know that the Wicked Witch of the West, and her flying monkeys is is gonna come for her, come for both of them. So be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Have your receipts ready.
Mm-hmm.
And all Garcia's got to do is really sit there because they don't know what trick bag, as in they don't want her to be the angry black woman,
Yeah.
but I can be if I'm provoked to be,
No.
and she just need to have it be lock and loaded. Bam.
She said, "Bam." All right, Brittany, I have a long line. I want to get to everyone, but as always, we appreciate when you call in.
Okay, kiddo, have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Christina, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, there we go. There we go, Christina.
I had to cancel my Uber. I saw your notification and I texted my friends and I was like, I'm running late. I gotta do something. But I saw
I appreciate that.
Oh, because your title, I was like, woo, what you got? This is something else. And I'm with you. On the whole Ozarks thing, I was thinking the same thing as you were saying it, and then you said it. And now I've been willing to give her a pass, like, like being fair. Like maybe she didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a lot of allegedly gotta protect everybody of cleaning. And if you're just spreading cash left and right, I don't know.
And you're really not making money. Like Erika is not a dumb woman.
She's a very smart person. I mean, she can play. What was that thing that Bethany used to say? Like, you can't play dumb and smart at the same time or something like that.
Oh my gosh. And it's legendary. I can't even think of it. I'm sure people in the chat will remember.
But anyway, I'm not going to hold up the line too long, but I don't know. I just, like Emily D. Baker would say, I mean, this thing is beyond. I don't know how you found this blog, but somebody need to go ask that man. Somebody need to go ask Mikey, like, where's your millions and how did you get it? Did you not know? Like, so many questions. And then I want to shout out to QK. I heard your replay from earlier and just now. I was tired. I was tired. But anyway, have a good night. Gotta go meet some friends. But this was the best. Thank you. You made my night.
Oh, I love it. Great. Thank you, Christina. Go enjoy the rest of your night.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
You too. Carrie, thank you so much for the super chat. Shimmy. Carrie says, any chance you can invite Garcelle and Sutton on for a prep session with Team Kemp with special guest Gabor? Shout out to Gabor. Gabor makes me laugh. Oh my gosh, it's a really great idea. Kia, thank you so much for the super chat. Shimmy. That's a good idea. I don't know if they will though. It would have, what, if we did something like that, it would have to be a members only chat because we can't have Erika and everyone else know our preparation. So I think we probably should just keep it amongst us. And of course, someone will link and tag Erika and Sutton. But all of you guys are shady. So I know you already know how to prepare Sutton and Garcelle. They have to be prepared. Dorit, you can't trust. Kyle's definitely not going to have Garcelle and Sutton's back. And I think Erika's going to turn on Kim. On Kyle. We better get some Kim this season. All right, let me take some more calls, guys. I'm going to bring up Finally Justice. What's going on, Finally Justice? Finally Justice, you done shading me in the comments?
What? I don't shade you.
Mm-hmm. You shaded me in the comments. I don't remember what it was, but it was like, I said, Finally, you shaded me? Anyways.
I don't remember. I give out so much shade on the daily.
Oh, God.
So real quickly was that, like, I was reading, like, the Writer Online article that was just posted within, like, the hour. And it was just basically just going over again of what's going on. But Erika had retweeted or liked somebody, a fan that said, investigators should go after everybody, not just Erika. Being like, because, Girardi was a big campaign donator. So what about that money? His partners, what about that money? And then also his mistress. which was talked about like a while back.
Yes.
But I don't think we made a video about it or anything.
No.
I'm saying we, like, you know, see, like I'm
like you out here making.
Yeah, I'm your assistant. So basically, it's the interesting thing is like who his mistress was. She resigned in April 2021, but her name is Trisha A. Bigelow. She was the second district Division 8 California Court of Appeals judge.
Yes.
So it was just really interesting to see how far this really goes, because then that means that he was giving money to her. Who else did she connect to him to then pay money off of? Because remember, if she's been doing law since 1986. So and we all know that it's these old people essentially that are still running the country, making these decisions. So who did she connect to him to make sure that all of these cases got held up for all this time, never got through? Why didn't anybody, like, you know, because she was also a dean at a college.
Deborah says, I must be the only one in the room that's what happens when you are late. I don't like being late. I'm watching this all by myself, but I'm a member. Deborah, we appreciate you. If you're late, you can always, I think now, especially with the lives, you can always rewind so you can you can check what you missed out on. But we're talking about Erika Girardi. We just found a blog from Gary Balen, who was the cousin of Jerry Heller, legendary manager of NWA. He was a tour manager, Gary Balen, and he wrote a blog talking about working with Erika, pretty much the extravagant lifestyle that they led, even though a lot of the gigs that they did, they didn't get paid a lot of money for. Okay. Fine Justice, anything else?
Yeah, so I wanted to say about the whole money situation with him shelling out this money. Are they going to use this now to come after her business for that money that was spent? Like how
they already are.
I mean, I know they only did the 25 million lawsuit, but it seems to be a lot more than 25 million that was spent on this career.
Well,
because her dress code is very, very, very expensive, luxurious, and exclusive.
Well, they are digging into all of that.
Okay. I think that I think the investigators should go after the politicians, the mistress, anybody who got payments. They should be able to give them at least half, because this was done under fraudulent, and it's all under fraud. These were fraudulent payments to these people. And even if it is Tom's family, his kids, whatever, they should also be held accountable, because I don't think it just should stop with Erika just because she's being an a-hole about this whole situation. I think it should be throughout any creditors. If they're going to pay these people back, it should be if there's anything that's been done under fraud, should all be investigated and should pay half of it back. Because I know if I stole some money and I bought a house with it, half that house would be gone.
Well, we shall see. Look, we're only getting the very top. Remember, this is all started transpiring towards the end of 2020. This situation is going to be ongoing.
Yeah, and Bravo's here for it. They're gonna. I think for the reunion, they're not gonna go as hard as they should go on Erika, because they want her back again for another season. Because this is going to be years of litigation, just like how it took some of these people years to get these lawsuits done. It's going to take years to solve what happened, especially if they're pulling teeth like this.
No.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Stephanie, thank you so much for the super chat. Stephanie says, was so annoyed when Erika and Crystal smirked and said no one knows Sutton, as if they both didn't ride the coattails of their husband from the bottom. Oh, Stephanie, I love that. It's so true. Like that, everyone, we really didn't get to dig into that part of the episode because of the epic party at Kathy's house. But you're right. That particular conversation was very troublesome. Very troublesome. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Stephanie. Diva, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Diva? Diva? I hear you, but I don't hear you. Diva, I'm going to drop you. All right, Dustin, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Dustin?
What's going on with you?
Nothing much, you?
It's today your birthday.
No, it's not my birthday today.
Well, I think you posted a little bit on happy birthday.
To Beyonce. Oh. Wait, Dustin, I gotta put you down. You're playing music. We can't play music on the channel. That's not Approved. Got to drop you down, Dustin. All right, Patra, I'm going to bring you up. Patra, like the singer?
I can't sing. I cannot sing to save my life. But I want to say thank you for having me. I've been watching you for like ever, as in not too long, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So I just wanted to say, because I feel like we stopped talking about the divorce. Remember, she was getting a divorce.
Yeah.
So we literally stopped talking about that as soon as the lawsuits came. I strongly believe there is no person in this world that will be in a relationship with somebody and not know something about anything going on when it comes to money. If I was dating a drug dealer and he was giving me money, taking me on shopping spree, I know at some point I'm going to be questioned about where that money came from. So I know for a fact that she knew. And her getting the divorce was a way of her trying to take herself away from the equation, because like finally Justin said, hopefully that's her name, everybody that was paid should be questioned. She wanted to make sure that her business was not touched in association with the lawsuits that are coming right and left. I strongly believe that Erika is still like, everything about her is so scripted. The way she turns her head, the way she flexes her hair, the way she just does everything is just so robotic. There's no way she did not know anything about this, because she knows everything. Apparently she has answers for everything, but this is the only time that Erika doesn't want to answer any questions or talk about it. But we honestly forgot about the divorce. I strongly believe that the divorce has something to do with the lawsuits. She heard about it, and then she said, you know what? This is too much.
Yeah. Well, I believe a court has put the divorce on hold because of everything that's going on legally with Tom. So that's why they're not divorced yet.
Exactly. And I really do believe that she wanted to go ahead and rush the divorce process, because she has a lot of money that she made on her own with her own personal brand, with Bravo involved. Like, he was in the show, but a lot of it was about her. And I think that with them being married, they're still married, but in the situation of this lawsuits, I strongly believe that she knew that if they were to come for him, they were coming for her and everything that she owns, because they are one. And I think that her and her team decided it would be a great idea for you guys to separate. That way, if they start talking about money, you have your stuff together and nobody's touching it. Because right now she's broke. She downsized. God bless her. But Jesus, she's still doing better than the people that her husband stole from. But I love you.
And we'll continue to do better.
Absolutely. Child.
Garcelle said that.
I just want Garcelle to step on that neck. I'm sorry. We need answers. We need answers. Like Garcelle Satin, keep at it. Keep at it. Do not lose the energy come reunion, because I might dress up, do my makeup. My hair going to be late because I'm ready.
You're going to be dressing up for the reunion that you're not going to.
I will be front seat right there. I'm ready. I am so ready. Kempire, I know there's a lot of people trying to talk, but that's just my little 2 cents that I don't have that I had to add.
Definitely. Thank you, Patra.
You're welcome, honey. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. All right. We're going to take a couple more callers, guys. I did want to say thank you to Phoenix Rising Scorpio with the super chat. Thank you so. Oh, wait. You know what I got to do? Shimmy. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Diana. Shout out to my mods. We have over 800 something people watching. Let's get to 500 likes. Because I know you guys enjoyed you got something from the video. And we always make it a point to get through the story in the very first 10 to 15 minutes. And then we take callers. Okay. All right. I know exactly, Jesus. Team victims, as a reminder. Team victims. Okay. All right. Jay, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. Hold on. Before I do that, let me just switch this out. Remind you. And as you guys can see, I have not had any time, because this is my third live of the day, to work on my podcast. But it's a long weekend. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some of that done tomorrow. Don't forget, we will be going live tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning, probably 11 a.m. Eastern, to recap Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is about to start in 8 minutes. I'm not going to watch it live. You know I never watch it live. But I will be recapping that tomorrow. And I believe I will be stopping by up in Adam's channel for some Bravo hot topics. So stay tuned for that as well. Blue Butterfly, Kempire, please answer. If Erika didn't have any access to any books, checks, etc., then how did she know how much and where Tom spent money on his mistress? Good question. Good question. Okay. All right. Kaya, right? Kaya.
Yes.
What's
Hi
going on?
again. So it was also me who put in my super comment. I've never done that before. So I actually forgot to write my comment. So mine will be very quick.
Thank you.
But that's just how much I'm enjoying this channel. If Erika loses her money, will she still qualify to be on Beverly Hills, or does she need to go to Orange County? No shade, but I do think Beverly Hills has a certain level of, elegance, wealth. And if that's not going to be there, I think the sad story of Erika's life is only going to go so far for the viewers. And I think we really do enjoy the elegance of Beverly Hills, the fashion, the expensive, purchases, the trips. And unfortunately, I don't know if she will qualify to meet our expectations for Beverly
Well,
Hills.
remember they had Brandy Glanville on there.
Brandy has a certain role and she plays it very well. Why she's not on the show, she might come back as a friend just to stir up the pot, but I don't think we need Brandy because we have Lisa, and I think Lisa plays that role very well. I think I saw it on Instagram where they highlighted that Lisa gave Sutton the bell on purpose, right? Her very subtle ways of stirring the pot to make sure that Sutton was, front on stage. And I'll just reiterate my comment from yesterday. I still think Kyle, and I still am a fan of Kyle. She is in this weird position that I think she truly doesn't believe everything, but she doesn't want to lose Erika as a friend if this is not true. If Erika really didn't know, this is LVP situation all over again, and Kyle's in the middle. So just a repeat from yesterday, but thank you again for having me.
Thank you, Kaya. Bye. All right, Jay, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. Hold on one second, Jay. Let me just make sure I'm getting everyone. There we go. Hey, Jay, what's going on?
Hey, first time caller. Really excited. My red flags went up right at the end of season 10 when Erika got that Broadway, the Chicago, and I was like, one, she's not talented enough to be on Broadway, and two, I heard some bootlegs of it and it was awful. So I think it is totally true, allegedly, that Tom did launder money for her to be a singer, because she has absolutely no right to be on any kind of Broadway stage, having no vocal like training at all. I'm a theater person, so like I kind of know the ins and outs of Broadway. So it was very weird to me for her to be there. And another thing, I think the divorce, going back to the divorce, I knew something was kind of odd there because it was the first kind of inkling of my idea. It was just a smoke and mirrors to kind of get her out of the like lawsuits, and to, like, I forget, somebody said that, but that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you calling in. Okay. Abush, I'm going to bring you up. Hold on one second. Let me just make sure I got it. Okay, there we go. Abush, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well. I think we're forgetting how Erika has been very cold throughout all these seasons. And the minute that heat is on her, she wants everyone off. And also it just shows your character. Like if you think you're up and you've been absolutely shady across the board, the way she treated Richards last season, when the pressure was on her, how she was coming after her, but she wants sympathy. It's also telling of her character. I don't believe anything. I think we should all believe the victims. And and this whole notion that I wasn't aware, I don't think anybody's buying it. The tears, the choreographed tears that she put up with the mascara running down the in the hills, it's nothing but BS. And I also don't agree with Bravo continuing to host her and fund her nonsense moving forward, because her true characters are shown out when she is confronted by Garcelle and Sutton, which are the only two holding her accountable. Everybody else, for whatever reason, is afraid of her. And I think the reunion, they should be also confronted as to why they're reluctant to ask her questions. Whether they've done it behind closed doors and say we've had conversations, let us know. Because if it's a real reality show, they're not being real by just holding their hands up.
And this is why we need a Camille.
It's true.
Camille would have asked those questions, but
Hey, we have Garcelle and Sutton. They're definitely holding it accountable.
Yeah, definitely. But we need someone on their team. We need another woman.
True.
Abush, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Black Coffee, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me shimmy. Black Coffee says, do you think Bravo will keep Erika as a housewife after the scandal? How a Kiki Wyatt on RHOA, she has a big personality. How about, Kiki? I mean, a lot of people have said that. I don't know. I think Kiki might be too real. She might be too real for Bravo. She's funny, but her life is, I just need Kiki just to keep doing the music. What's going on to everyone in the chat? I see you guys. We're going to take one last call and then we're going to wrap this up. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Erika Girardi, more details about her music career and how maybe, possibly, reportedly, allegedly, it could have been a front to move money around. We'll see. Look, and this is all based off of her former tour manager, Gary Balen. He did a whole blog post from the past. This is before everything happened. And he talked about their experience of traveling first class with her, even to performances where they weren't paid. And when I say they, not her team, but Erika, she wasn't paid. Okay. Loopy, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Loopy?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Do you know what though? With Erika, oh my days. Honestly, when she first come to the show, she was elegant. She had everything going for her. When it came to her being a superstar, and I seen her like at the concerts and everything, it's questionable now. It makes me think, okay, was you actually getting people? Were you paying for people to be at your shows? Because I don't understand like where that came from. She wasn't Madonna. She wasn't Christina Aguilera. She wasn't any of them. She can't even sing really that much. And I think I mentioned in the comments as well, like who owns an Erika album or a single?
Not me.
Like, I've never really heard of it until Real Housewives of, Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And how she acts, like how she treated Sutton on that show. If she was a black woman on that show who done that, that would have been a problem for the viewers. And Bravo probably would have addressed it. And it's just like, she gets the pass. So I don't know. I don't like the way she's acted with the whole situation, because she's not got no empathy for the people who were affected by this, who are the people who have not been given the money, who have been stolen from. Yeah. She's not really addressed that.
Unless someone else brings it up.
Exactly. And that shouldn't happen. What she's doing is she's showing face. She's going on the show to, she's acting, isn't she? She's making out as if she's going through it all.
Yeah.
And she's innocent. you know, that's the agenda. But you know, people are going to ask questions to her, like, what happened with this? Sutton's not out of order for asking these questions, but she's got a problem with that. How out of order is she? You know, they're not really. You know, this is a show, isn't it? They're not real friends.
They're co-workers. They're co-workers.
Exactly, the co-workers. So what's the issue? This is, you know, if the co-workers are asking these questions, the general public are asking the same questions. So what's the issue?
No.
You know, you're being, you know, and we all knew that Erika was cold, but we're in this type of situation that she's in. I think she's just like been really out of order, how she's treated Sutton and everyone. And, you know, it's aggressive how she's acted.
No.
I was like taken back by it.
No.
You know, even like when Garcelle was trying to, you know, rub her eye to help her, she was just like, get off me, you know. And it was the only reason why we seen get off me was because they put the subtitles underneath, didn't they?
Yep.
You know, so we wouldn't have known that because she said this so quietly, but she's very underhanded. She's sly. She wanted those tears to roll down off her face for a reason. The same way when she put that mascara on. As she was crying in front of Kyle. You know, who does that? You know what I mean? It was just too much. But yeah, you know, I just think that they should be living in tents. They shouldn't be living in houses. They should be living in tents and giving the money to the victims.
Yeah.
But hey.
Loopy, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
Have a good night. All right, guys, that's it. For those that are watching the replay of this, I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Anytime we have some new breaking news, we have to bring it to you. So be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. As always, you are getting daily and consistent hot topics here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. TikTok, I appreciate you all being here as well. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to everyone that sent in a super chat. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Shout out to our new members. Shout out to our current members, Team Kempire and Royal Court members. We will be adding additional tiers for really cool benefits coming up for later this year. Stay tuned for that. I'm excited about adding more options for you guys so you can be a part of this. Also, we have to do a separate live talking about, and maybe we'll just do subscribers only, talking about what Sutton and Garcelle need to do to prepare for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11 reunion. We got to get them prepared because I just don't think they're going to bring it like Monique brought it. I don't think they're going to do it. And I need Garcelle. Garcelle, I know there's the stereotype of the angry black woman. I'm sorry, Garcelle. I need you to come and bring it. And have Sutton's back. Have Sutton's back. Anyways, again, thank you to everyone that was a part of the conversation. I wasn't able to highlight everyone's comment, but I saw you guys having great conversations amongst yourselves, sharing your thoughts. Love that we can have these conversations together and how you can help me remember certain things that I forget. Drop your crowns in the chat and your elephants. Stay tuned for more that's coming here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. You don't want to miss out on anything that we have coming up in the future. I have so many really great ideas, and I'm excited to share them with you guys. Don't forget, we will be live tomorrow, probably around 11 a.m. Eastern, if not 12 p.m. Eastern, the latest. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do a Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. They are back. I'm going to watch the episode tonight and talk about it tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a fantastic evening. Again, thank you to everyone that was a part of the conversation. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah.